Hello traders, you're welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be looking at an easy Forex scalping strategy. Okay, and it's a strategy that you can easily use if you are looking to make quick moves in the market without getting bogged down by endless analysis. Okay, so it's an easy strategy that does not exactly require a lot of analysis. Okay, so basically scalping can be super effective if done properly, and I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know to get started with this fast-paced strategy. So first off, what is scalping in Forex? Now, scalping is a style of trading that focuses on capturing small price movements within short periods. Okay, we are not talking about holding positions for days or even hours. Scalping is all about being in and out of the market quickly, often within minutes, right? Scalpers often focus on the smaller time frames like the 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes time frame because they are looking to catch quick moves in the market, so they really don't have much business with the hourly time frames. Okay, so by doing this, scalpers can take advantage of minor price fluctuations, and as they try to execute a lot of trades, it can accumulate over time and result in something significant, right? Now, the beauty of this easy scalping strategy that we want to discuss in this video is that it does not require a ton of experience. So even if you are a newbie, then you can be able to find this strategy quite easy to use. As the name implies, it's an easy strategy. Okay, it's an easy strategy. All you need are some basic indicators, a clear plan for entries and exit, and a few guidelines on when to trade and when to avoid the market. Okay, so let's start with setting up our chart. For this strategy, we are using the 5 minute chart. So I'm going to be going to the 5 minute time frame. Okay, we're using the 5 minute time frame for this strategy. It's quick enough for scalping, but doesn't give us too much noise, right? It's unlike the 1 minute. The 1 minute, there are some scalpers that use the 1 minute time frame, but there are a lot of noise on the 1 minute. The 5 minute still has its own noise, but not compared to the 1 minute. Okay. All right. Now for indicators, we are going to be adding a 20 period EMA. We are going to be adding a 20 period EMA for this strategy, right? And then we're also going to be adding the relative strength index with a 14 period. So we're going to be adding the RSI period 14, okay, for this strategy. Now, the 20 MA helps us identify short-term trends. When the price is above the moving average, we are generally looking for buying opportunities, okay? The strategy is quite easy to use. Whenever you have the price above the moving average, whenever the price is above the moving average, we are looking for buying opportunities. On the other hand, when the price is below the moving average, we are looking for sell opportunities. Now, the RSI, on the other hand, will help us to spot overbought and oversold conditions. Okay, this is key for scalping because we want to catch trades at the point of reversal. Now, let's talk entries. When the price is above, let us look at practical examples as we are discussing this, right? When the price is above the EMA, when the price is above the 20 EMA, for example, here we can see how price got above the 20 EMA, and then at the same time you have the RSI. At the same time, you have the RSI close to the overbought level. When you have the RSI above the 20 EMA, and at the same time when you have the price above the 20 EMA, and at the same time you have the RSI close to the oversold level pointing upward, it may not necessarily be inside the oversold level, but so long as it is below the 50 level, as we can see below the 50 level and pointing upwards, then you can have that as your confirmation for a buy, right? So when you enter your buy, trade, or you enter your buy position, you should set your stop loss just below the swing low. Okay, your stop loss, make sure your stop loss is below the moving average. Make sure your stop loss is below the lowest price point, the lowest candlestick. Okay, the last candlestick that just formed within that wave. Okay, this wave now, for example, within this wave, we can see that the lowest point is somewhere around here, right? So your stop loss should be below that. Okay, then as for your take profit, you should be targeting perhaps the next resistance level for your take profit, or you can also be watching out for when the RSI enters the overbought level and begins to point downwards. So that is your confirmation for an exit. Okay, that's your confirmation for a buy exit, right? On the other hand, you can also decide to wait for the price to cut below the moving average to exit your trade. But because we are talking about scalping, one thing with scalping is that you are trying to take advantage of every valid move, right? And you do not want to end up giving back some profits to the market. So it is important that you use support and resistance zones to determine your exit, okay? Because take for example here now, if we had exited at this resistance, we would have caught about 174 pips. But if we had exited after the price dropped below the moving average, we would have caught only about 118 pips. So you can see the difference. So when you get your entry signal, you can go ahead and enter, okay? Try as much as possible to be sure that your signal is confirmed, okay? Look at the RSI, make sure the price is above the MA, that is for a buy, right? And then when price gets to the nearest resistance, just exit. You are a scalper, okay? This strategy is for scalping, so you don't want to stay too long in the market and end up giving back some profits to the market, right? Now, when you find the sell opportunity, the sell opportunity is when the price drops below the MA, and then you have the RSI close to the overbought at least, and then pointing downwards, okay? So long as the RSI is between the 50 and the 70 and is pointing downwards, you can enter your sell after the price has cut below the MA, right? And then when you enter your sell trade, the stop loss should be above the nearest swing high, okay? And then for your take profit, just like in the case of the buy, your take profit should be at the nearest support zone, okay? The nearest support zone. So you want to exit somewhere around here, right? You can see that I had to scroll back to check to confirm that there was rejection around this zone. Can we see that there was rejection here? Remember, as I've said before, support and resistance levels are zones. They are not necessarily one price point. They are actually zones, okay? So we can see that there was rejection around here, there was rejection here, there was rejection here. So we have a valid support zone. So we should have exited our sell trade somewhere around here. After entering here, we would have exited somewhere around here. So that would have given us somewhere around 77 pips, right? Now let's talk about managing risk. Scalping requires you to be disciplined with stop losses. Set them tight. Make sure you set your stop losses tight. Okay, that is the reason why I said your stop loss should be just below the previous swing low for a buy and above the previous swing high for a sell. Make sure your stop losses are tight because you are scalping, right? Okay, but not so close that the market noise stops you out prematurely. That is the reason why we target swing highs and swing lows, because those are important price points. Those are important points, okay? So if the price ends up getting to the stop loss, then it means that that particular bullish or bearish setup has become invalidated. So that is the reason why, in as much as we are trying to have a tight stop loss, we are also setting our stop loss at valid points, okay, at valid points. Now, when it comes to timing, scalping works best during high volume sessions like the London or New York opens. This is where volatility is high, giving us more movement in short bursts. Also, stick to major pairs like Euro USD or GBP USD or gold XAU USD. As you can see, this particular chart is XAU USD. These are volatile pairs, okay? These pairs have the, most volume, and it makes scalping more efficient, okay? Now, by following these steps, you'll have a solid, easy Forex scalping strategy that helps you capture fast moves without overwhelming you, right? Remember, stick to the rules, keep an eye on your risk, and always set clear stop losses. All right, traders, that is all for this video. If you found this scalping strategy helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more trading tips and strategies. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more content like this or have any questions about Forex scalping. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy trading.